The heights of 200 kindergarten students are normally distributed, and we have a mean of 40 inches. I'm just highlighting my important information, and a standard deviation of 1.8 inches. And we're looking for approximately how many students have a height between these two numbers, 37.3 inches and 44.5 inches. This is normal distribution, and I find it helpful to sketch just a curve and then put your information on there. We're still at the beginning of statistics, so it's helpful to have the visual to see, is this information, are we shading above, are we shading below, or are we shading in between? That will be helpful when we go to input into our calculators. So our mean will be in the middle, and that is 40 inches. And now we have two values. We're looking for between 37.3, and it doesn't have to be super accurate. I'm just looking for that above, below, or in between. And then 44.5 inches is above. So I'm going to shade, because this is the region we are looking for. Right here. That gives us a visual to start with. Now we are going to go to your calculator. You need your graphing calculator for this, and we are going to find the distribution menu. It's right here, but we are going to access the distribution menu by pressing the second button and then this VARS, and that will bring up your distribution menu. Once you have your distribution menu, it should look like this, and we are selecting for this problem normal CDF. And then you should have a screen that looks something like this. It can vary a little based on your calculator. Now we have to input our numbers from our problem. If you have something that looks like this, you want to delete that out because that doesn't apply. That was if we would be shading below and finding the less than amount. In our problem, remember, we're finding the region in between. So our lower number is 37.3, and that's going to go here, 37.3. Our upper was 44.5. Our mean, again, remember to delete out what's there, is 40. And the standard deviation was 1.8. So delete out if you have something there, 1.8. Now, depending on your calculator, you may have a screen that says calculate. You may have to press enter more than once. But here, if I go to paste, it's going to take this and put all these values in parentheses on my next screen, and then I will press enter one more time. When you press paste on your calculator, it should put all of the numbers like this, and then you press enter again, and then it gives you this long decimal. Now, another thing to mention, if your calculator didn't have that option for normal CDF and just gave you a blank screen, you need to enter this information in parentheses with commas in between. And you need to remember it's the lower, the upper, the mean, and the standard deviation in that order with commas in between, and it will give you the same values. So this is not our answer. We're almost there, but the original problem asked us approximately how many students, not what is the percent or what is the probability. So we started with 200 students. That's important to remember because now we have to multiply 200 by the value we found in our calculator. So it's 200 times all of this. This number is actually representing the probability their heights will fall between those two values, or the percentage if we were converting it to a percentage. I'm going to save that in my calculator and just multiply it times 200, and we end up with approximately 185 students. There's a decimal, it's 185.39, but I can't have part of a student, so this is where it's about 185 students. We have to round to wherever makes sense for the problem.